My wife.
Your legs.
That's just a metaphor for marriage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming out here tonight. Yeah! My name is Stephen Douglas, and I'm going to be your MC for tonight. We have a wonderful lineup of comedians for you. We have AJ Capuccio in the house. We have Ben Chadwick and our headliner, Dennis Falk. We hope you all have a good night tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out, supporting the charities that we're trying to raise money for, the children's cancer. We hope you guys did a little donation for them, as well as Burrell Theater. So, let's get this show started. Now what?
Woo! Let's get this party started!
Jimmy Blue. That was your first. Jimmy Blue.
So, today's word of the day is legs. Let's spread the word and make everybody happy. All right. This great looking crowd we got here tonight. So, like I said, my name is Stephen Douglas. I'm from Bangor. I live in Maine. On and off most of my life. I spent the last 20 years in Boston. I've been back here the last 7 years, so it's good to be back here in Maine. Love Maine. I'm never going to leave it, I don't think. I think I love Maine too much to go away. So, a lot of beautiful people out here tonight. I see there's some married couples out here, which is fantastic. I just got married 5 years ago in October. So, it was fantastic. I love my wife. And being married has had its ups and downs and its difficulties, you know, but I love my wife and I pick on her a lot and I say things to her that I don't really mean to say to hurt her, you know. It's just things that I say that I kind of find funny, or my mind just says it, my mouth says it before my mouth actually processes, you know, the things that I'm saying. So I'll give you a little example. My wife says to me one time, she says, "Honey, does this dress make me look fat?" Now, I should have said, "No, sweetheart, you look fine just the way you are." But what came out of my mouth was, "No, the fat around the waist makes you look fat. The dress is just a magnifying glass, makes it really stick out." Well, that put me in the doghouse. You know? And I do that from time to time, and I don't mean to. You know, it's just something that my mouth and my comedy sense of humor kicks in, and I say, you know, these whacked out things to her, you know. One time she says, "Honey, do these shoes make my feet look big?" I should have said, "No, Asian girls would be so jealous of your little feet." What I said was, "Yeah, but that believe Fred Flintstone." You know. And we like to go out and have dinner and eat and stuff. And she likes to put on makeup, but she's not that great yet, you know. And one time we're getting ready to go out, and she comes and she says, "How's this look?" I should have said, "Oh, a little touch up, no problem." What I said was, "Circus in town? You're Laffy the Clown, you're going to join them, are you?" Well, that put me in the doghouse. I mean, I'm in the doghouse so much, the dog kicked me out, and I'm starting to get pleased, you know? You gotta be careful with what you say around your wife. Because, you know, when I met my wife, she had this sleeve tattoo that ran up her leg, you know? And I looked at it and I said, "Hey, that's a nice little tattoo sleeve you got there." She says, "Yeah, it tells a story." I said, "I'd like to see that." Well, she showed me that in the book cover too. What a good night that was. And we ended up getting married. Now, marriage is great, you know, it really is. And when you get married, sometimes you don't communicate with your spouse like you normally should. You know, like, how do you go take out the trash? You get that, you know, or go do the dishes. You get that. You understand, right? Well, on our marriage night, I was really naive, you know, and she says, after we get married, at her hotel, and we're about ready to consummate the marriage, she says, "Honey, I want you to go downtown." Okay. I went downtown. I'm driving around for a while. I'm like, you know, go back there, and a little while later, she says, "Hey, let's get in bed." It's okay. We start kissing, start making out and stuff, and she said, "Hey, I want you to kiss the kitty." Okay. Hell yeah. I'm looking around. We ain't got no cat. What you talking about? And then finally, I'm like, "Oh." You know, it dawned on me, I know what she wants. What a good night that was. Good thing I got married, because she gets these little naiveties out of my head and she puts me straight, because sometimes I don't do the things that I need to do, and she gives me that little direction that I need. So, I'm assuming we got some parents out here, right? Kids are fantastic, ain't they? I love kids. You can't live with them all the time, just once in a while.
That's right.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I love my kids. They can turn you into a James Brown impersonator. You don't believe me? One day you're going to come walking down your stairs and around your corner barefoot, and you're going to step on a Lego that's what's sitting on the floor. And get that James Brown, you know, and start and get that just feeling into you. And one time you might come walking around the corner, walk through your kitchen after your kids just spilled a nice big thing of bubble solution on the floor, and you're doing the old Michael Jackson walk across the floor, trying to catch yourself. Kids are great, they really are. So I used to play the game pull my finger with my daughter, right? Pull my finger, let one rip, ha ha ha. And I used to say, well, that's my boss, you know? So I did that for a while, and one day I decided I'm gonna have my boss over for dinner. Not thinking, right? So this is where my wife would have came in. But anyway, my boss come over and told my wife, said, we're gonna have him over for dinner. So, you know, my boss shows up, and my little daughter comes over. Her name's Destiny. She says, hi, my name's Destiny. Pull my finger. So my boss is happy and joyful. You know, pulls her little finger. She goes, that's my boss. And he's like, why do you say that? My daddy says that all the time because his boss is a stinker. So I'm sitting there with my foot in my mouth going, bah, 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 bah. What in? Anybody stepmom? Stepdad? No? No stepdad? Stepdads. All right. I love being a stepdad. Stepmoms, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I'm going to pick on you for just a moment. I have a stepmother who lives down south, and I don't know if she was born this way or the heat got to her, but she's not that bright. When she was standing in line for brains, she thought they said trains, and she said, I already got one, choo-choo, you know? Well, they got these little ants down in Texas, and I don't know if you're familiar with them, but when they bite you, they put little whelps on you, like kind of like a pimple, right? Well, she decides she don't want these outside her house, so she's going to get rid of them. The best way she thought to get rid of them was to take a gallon of gasoline, pour it on top of this anthill, light a match, right? So she does, and she lights it, and there goes her eyebrows, and her bangs, and her mustache. I mean, she looked like a naked prairie dog for about a week. It was the funniest thing I ever did see. Another time, she said, I know the surest way to get rid of these ants. I'm going to take a lawnmower, I'll wreck their house, and they'll just move, they'll go somewhere else. So she fires up a lawnmower, she rides over the top of it, and it just covered her from head to toe with these ants, and they were just biting the crap out of her. And she's yelling at my dad, get him off of me, get him off of me. So my dad comes running out with a hose, and he's, squirting her off. About 5 minutes later, she's covered from head to toe with these little white dots. Blind man would have writ braille on her, and he would have said, I'm stupid all over her body. She's something else. One time we're down on the bayou, right? And my dad's been out working on the tractor all day. He had a little bit of a hemorrhoid problem. So we're down sitting by the fireplace having little, drinks and stuff. And he's like, I need some of that ointment. Go and get some. So she runs up, grabs a tube, what she thought was, the old hemorrhoid ointment, comes down and gives it to him. And he got a nice good gob of it. There it goes. He's running down the bayou about 2 minutes later, screaming his head up with his ankles and pants around his ankles. She gave him a tube of icy hot. I'm talking about a drunk man running with his pants around his ankles. That's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. Some crazy things going on with those people. My dad growing up was one of those type of people that the only thing he can do, whatever he does, you gotta have beer, That's like the drink of the day. You wake up in the morning, you got the beer, just beer all day long. So one day, him and my uncle decide they're gonna redo the oven, take the electric one out, put a gas one in, get it all set up, and they're gonna save money on electricity, right? So after about, I don't know, a case and a half of beer, I suppose, they decided, let's get this thing hooked up. Well, they hooked everything up according to their knowledge, and you know, beer knowledge and book knowledge, it's a whole total different thing in case you guys don't know. But they had it all hooked up, and my dad gets underneath the stove and he reaches in there with a lighter, click, click, and it just made him bald as I am just about. I'm getting there. You know? And I said to my dad, I said, what happened? He goes, son, I'm just teaching you a lesson. I said, what, not to drink or know what I'm doing before I play with gas? So, oh man. So I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. I really do. You guys have been a great audience so far. We hope that you guys are enjoying yourselves so far, and we hope the other comics can make you guys laugh. And I really appreciate everyone who did come out and donate for the benefit. And we're going to be here next year, and we hope that you guys can join us next year as well. So let me bring up my first comedian. AJ Capuccio is driven here all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. I haven't seen him for a little while. He's a great comedian, great guy, and we hope to make you laugh. Come on up, AJ.
Thank you for coming out. Yes, this is such a fun